Jaya Rata Mahadava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jai Gopichanavana Girivadadhari Jaya Gopichanavana Girivadadhari Jai Gopichanavana Girivadadhari Jaya Gopichanavana Girivadadhari Yashodanandana Rajachanananjana Yashodanandana Rajachanananjana Yashodanandana Rajachanananjana Yashodanandana Rajachanananjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Jaya Rata Mahatava Kunja Bihari Jaya Rata Mahatava Jaya Rata Mahatava Kunja Bihari Jaya Rata Mahatava Kunja Bihari Jai Om Vishnu Pada Panamahamsa Parirajacharya Ashtodara Satta Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Pada Panamahamsa Parirajacharya Ashtodara Satta Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Govindam Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannathpuri Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Chamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai Transcendental Prasadam Distribution Ki Jai Harirama Sankirtan Ki Jai ISKCON New Dwargadam Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Pramanandi Hari 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 Bo All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis Hari All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nanayana Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Chayam Uditrayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, entitled, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Today we are going to read text number 14. So please repeat. Rishi Piyachito Beje Navamampati Vapapu Dukte mang Oshadi Vipras Tenayam sa Ushatama Rishipyachi Tobeje Navamampati Vam Vapu Dukte mang Osha Di Vipras Tenayam sa Ushatama Rishipyachi Tobeje Navamampati Vam Vapu Dukte mang Oshadi Vipras Tenayam sa Ushatama Rishipyachi Tobeje. Mataji's. Henayam Savushatama Rishibhya Chito Beje Navamampati Vampapu Dukte ma Oshadi Vivas Tenayansa Usatama. Okay, word by word. Rishibhi, by the sages. Yachitaha, being prayed for. Beje, accepted. Navamam, the ninth one. Pativam, the ruler of the earth. Vapuhu, body. Degda, milking. Imam, all these. Oshadihi, products of the earth. Vipraha, O Brahmanas. Tena, by. Ayam, this. Saha, he. Vusatama, beautifully attractive. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Please repeat. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Purport. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of the previous king, the father of Maharaj Prithu. The intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the Brahmanas, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duty for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord. And the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified Brahmanas never aspire for political posts. Maharaj Prithu excavated many produces from the earth, and thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete site of the earth also became beautiful and attractive. Rishibir yachito beje namamam pativam vapu dokteman oshadir vipras tenayansa ushatama. Translation again. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various products. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Om Gyana Timinandasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Chaksu Uminitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Dore Smadi Tamo Krishna Goswami Dinamine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Dore Smadi Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamine. So there are many interesting points in Srila Prabhupada's purport. First of all, Srila Prabhupada, he said that before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of the previous king, the father of Maharaj Prithu. Who is the father of Maharaj Prithu? Who can remember? Yes, Vena. So why King Vena was so bad? So let's have a look of this King Vena. Actually, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the fourth canto, chapter 14, it is described the life of King Vena. Let's take a look. When the when the king Vena ascended to the throne, he became all-powerful with 8 kinds of opulences. Consequently, he became too proud. By virtue of his false prestige, he considered himself to be greater than anyone. Thus, he began to insult great personalities. Text number 5. When he became overly blind due to his opulences, King Verna mounted a chariot and, like an uncontrolled elephant, began to travel through the kingdom, causing the sky and earth to tremble wherever he goes, wherever he went. Text number 6. All the twice-born, the Brahmanas, were forbidden henceforward to perform any sacrifices, and they were also forbidden to give charity or offer clarified butter. Thus King Verna sounded kettle drums throughout the countryside. In other words, he stopped all kinds of religious rituals. See, in the purpose of this verse, Srila Prabhupada, the purpose of this verse is really, very important, I'm feeling. I want to share it with you. Srila Prabhupada, he writes, what was committed by King Verna many years ago is at the present being carried out by atheistic governments all over the world. The world situation is so tense that at any moment governments may issue declarations to stop religious rituals. Eventually, the world situation will become so degraded that it will be impossible for pious men to live on the planet. Therefore, sane people should execute Krishna consciousness very seriously, so that they can go back home, back to Godhead, without having to further suffer the miserable conditions predominant in this universe. So that's what Srila Prabhupada was saying 40 years ago, is actually fit for nowadays, actually. So therefore, I realized that why people are suffering like anything, because people they are in ignorance. Because of ignorance, people they are committed so many sinful activities, and people suffer because of the sinful activities. So therefore, the greatest contribution to the human society is to give them Krishna consciousness. And the best way to give people Krishna consciousness is by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. I remember Srila Prabhupada, he used to say that preaching means to distribute millions and millions of books on the laps of the conditioned soul. Just like during wartime, bombs are raining from the sky like anything. So therefore, we need to. And also, probably he was saying that our temple is actually a base to train our soldiers to go out and distribute and preaching this Krishna consciousness. Temple should not be a place simply eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. But should be a place to train our soldiers to go out and distribute this Krishna consciousness. So if we can, flood this world with Prabhupada's transcendental books, then there will be hope for our human society, you see. There will be hope. That's the only hope, you know. And also another important point is that the sages and the saintly persons, they have the power to dethrone the king. So that means the sages and saintly persons, they are not in name only, but actually they have that power. So this Prabhu, he writes here, the intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the brahmanas, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. So how the sages dethroned the king, it is actually written in the same chapter of this fourth canto. Start from text number 14. But before the sages dethroned the king, actually the sages approached the king and gave him good advice. Let's see what good advice that the sages gave to King Verna. The great sage said, "Dear king, we have come to give you good advice. Kindly hear us with great attention. By doing so, your duration of life and your opulence, strength, and reputation will increase." And text number 15. Those who live according to religious principle and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdom, which is devoid of all miseries. Being thus rid of the material influence, they achieve unlimited happiness in life. And in this purport, actually Srila Prabhupada, he wrote a wonderful purport for this text number 15. I want to share a little bit more with you. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada, he writes, the saintly sages herein instruct that the king or the head of the government should set an example for living a religious life. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, religion means worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not simply make a show of religious life, but should perform devotional service perfectly with words, mind, body, and good intelligence. By doing so, not only will the king or government head rid himself of contamination of the material modes of nature, but the general public will also, and they will all become gradually elevated to the kingdom of God and go back home, back to Godhead. The instructions given herein serve as a summary of how the head of government should execute his ruling power and thus attain happiness not only in this life, but also in the life after death. So that means everyone, it is the king's duty to make sure that the citizens, is in the service of the Supreme Lord. And that is the only way to become peaceful and happy life. Just like, the Bhagavad Gita say, the peaceful formula of this world. In the fifth chapter, text number 29, Krishna says, Bhoktanam yagya tapasham savaloka maheshwaram suhritam savabhutanam Gyatvamang Shanti Richati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So this is actually the peaceful formula for our whole humanity. And it is the duty of the king to make sure it's happening like that. But unfortunately, nowadays, nobody is actually doing like that. So there's a strong need to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books again. There's a strong need. Yeah. And also, there's another interesting point in Srila Prabhupada's purport is that it is said here that in the purport, Srila Prabhupada said that whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. Actually, if I heard that if your son is dying untimely, then you have the right to go to the king to protest, because the king has definitely done some sinful activities. Yeah, I heard like that, you know. So the king, he has to discharge his duty properly. And he has to make sure that all the citizens are following the Varnashram Dham. Yeah, everyone has to execute their prescribed duty, and and rendering service, to Lord Krishna. Then peace, prosperous, will be guaranteed. So Prithu Maharaj, he is acting like a ideal king. And during his ruling time, it is said here, Maharaj Prithu excavated many products from the earth. And thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete sight of the earth also became beautiful and attractive, So it's a perfect situation. It's a perfect, So that's why we need, we need to spread this Krishna consciousness very widely, yeah. So that's all I'm thinking to say, Are there any questions and answers? Yes, Ananda Kiran Prabhu. I think the last righteous king was Parikshit Maharaj. No? Is it? Really, huh? Yeah, you please describe him in detail. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Mm-hmm. Yes. In the Krishna book, huh? Mm-hmm. I see. Right. It is properly mentioned in the story of Lord Ramachandra too. Yeah. Yes, Sri Mahatma Mahatswa Prabhu.
Because of his leadership. You see that in just as a comparison, how the earth situation, how much pollution and environmental destruction is under the management of our leaders of today, and how the earth, there's all these problems that are coming out of it. But when there's good leadership, a good Krishna conscious leadership, then the earth, the situation, it's taken care of, and it's respected, and it comes in a beautiful way. Like,
Right.
I'm thinking of Maharaja's Gurukul in Mayapur,
Mm-hmm.
how they have the huts and everything is biodegradable and everything is in harmony with the earth. They use natural ingredients and simple living, and there's not like these massive destructions like they do. Sometimes they blow up mountains to get coal, and then all kinds of side effects happen from that. So
Right.
it's just an interesting point.
That's why now this modern society is called Ukrakrama. Yeah, simply creating problem. Srila Prabhupada used to say that if we can walk on the land and keep a couple of cows, then all our economic problem will be solved. That's why we need to really, stick to this Varnashram system. Any other question? Yes, Prabhu.
So I cannot conceive of the concept of sages have the power to call the incarnation or the avatar of Krishna down to earth. Like what kind of sages are they, and how they have like the power to call supreme God on the earth.
Because in the past, the sages, they are very pure in their heart. That's why they got this power to call up the Lord to come and help. And that's why, and that's the way that the devotees are always, doing. Because whenever they are, having the difficulties, the devotees always will turn to pray the help of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And Krishna will reciprocate with him by his prayer. Yes, Prabhu.
That was an excellent question, Bhakta Parth.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that could be added, if you don't mind. One is that, for instance, when Prabhupada was here, some devotee said, well, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed for a ray of Vishnu. So as householders, should we do the same? Prabhupada said, no. First deserve, then desire.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, if you're not on that level, you can't imitate that.
Right.
So souls who are on a higher level of purity than the average conditioned soul, they're pleased to the Lord to have more potency than ours. At the same time, they also know that they have to be patient. It's not that I pray and I make a fire sacrifice and then boom, Krishna appears. It's not like that. Just like Lord Brahma went after he heard all of the pleas of the demigods headed by Mother Bhumi, how the earth was being disturbed overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of so many kings. So he went to the ocean of milk and he prayed, and then he waited, because he knows you can't force the Lord to incarnate. He
Right.
sat in meditation, and the Lord told him, I will come, and this is what will happen. Same thing when Jaya and Vijay came down as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They were causing so much disturbance. Again, prayers were made, And the Lord said, yes, I know the situation, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to incarnate, da-da-da. So you have to be patient also. It's not that I make a prayer, and because Krishna doesn't come right now, then, he's not hearing me, or. No, Krishna has his plan, and he responds yes to his devotees, like Advaita Acharya prayed for Lord Chaitanya to come, but you have to wait. It unfolds in a certain sequence that the Lord himself sets, not that we can force him to do anything.
Right. That's why we are saying that we should act in such a way that the Lord will become attracted to come and see us. We cannot order the Lord to come. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
So therefore, one more thing, Srila Prabhupada said, for instance, in relation to the Sankirtan movement, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said he left without his work finished. And Prabhupada said, yes, he left something for you to do. He left something for us to do. So at the same time, we can become a little bit lazy thinking, well, Krishna's powerful. If I just pray, he will come and make the situation right. But he wants us to go out and make our attempt. Right. That's also the Lord's mercy, to give us some work to do. Otherwise, we would happily just sit down in the temple and pray and then let Krishna go out and distribute all the books and hold all the festivals. And it's not like that. We know what needs to be done because we've been informed by the great devotees and the Shastra, this is what needs to be done. So go out and do it and pray for the Lord's mercy that we can actually have some effect on this rotten society that we live in.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Sri Madhava Mahatma Prabhu.
Forgive me for talking so much. I was thinking, just reflecting on what Prabhuji was saying, how the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, is an incarnation of Krishna that's descending. Nama, I'm missing a couple of Sanskrit words, Krishna avatar. There's that verse. Yes. And then there's also the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the the incarnation of Krishna as a book. So we have that.
Jai. Thank you. Anything else? Jai Kantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hari Bol.